Hello everyone. In this video, I will review what we've covered in today's lesson. The objective for the lesson was to understand the different factors affecting the location of an industry. So we learned about the different factors which are necessary in locating an industries. So let us begin. Now, geographical factors, we'll begin with the geographical factors first. Now, there are three geographical factors that play a very important role in locating an industry. The first being the climate. Now, climate plays a very important role in locating an industry. So, the climate of the area selected for the industry is important. So, you have to make sure that the climate of the area that you've selected to set up your industry is very, very important. Very harsh climate is not suitable for the successful industrial growth. And if you have to set up an industry, you have to choose a place which has a favorable climate, not a harsh climate, because harsh climate is not favorable and not suitable for the successful growth of the industry. And then we've learned about an example of cotton textile industry, how this industry has flourished in Mumbai because of the favorable climate, because Mumbai has a humid climate, and humid climate is very much necessary as humidity prevents the yarn, the cotton thread, from breaking. So that is why cotton textile industries have flourished around Mumbai. So the first important geographical factor which is necessary for locating an industry is climate. Climate has to be a favorable one. The second is the raw material. Now, what are raw materials? We've already learned what are raw materials. I'll quickly review. The resource which is used for the manufacturing of the product is called the raw material. For example, if you're manufacturing an orange juice, orange becomes your raw material, the main raw material. If you want to manufacture an apple juice, apple becomes the main raw material. So the main important material that is required to manufacture the product is known as the raw material. Now, what is under raw material? Some industries or some raw materials are heavy, bulky, like raw materials like iron, steel. These are heavy and bulky, and some are fragile, meaning which can easily be destroyed or damaged. For example, if you're setting up a ceramic industry or making a water glass which is made up of glass, which is very fragile, so you have to make sure that such industries are located. So industries using some such raw materials have to be located close to the raw material. Why it has to be located? Because it becomes difficult and expensive to transport. And then we learned about the iron and steel industry. For iron and steel industry, the main raw material is iron and steel. So you have to set up such industries which require heavy, bulky, and fragile raw materials close to the source of the raw material. Alright, so that is what we learned about raw material. Second, that moving to the third, power and electricity. So power and electricity is the third geographical factor. Now, as we all know, in order to utilize the machinery, in order to utilize the technology, we have to have source of power. So power is a very important factor affecting the location of an industry. You cannot set up an industry in an area which has interrupted source of power. You have to make sure that industries are situated where there is uninterrupted, meaning continuous supply of power. Hence, it has to be located close to source of power, because power is very important to run your machineries. To make sure that the industries function smoothly, you need power. So power plays a very important role, and industries tend to set up in an area where the power is reliable, the source of power is reliable. So these are the three geographical factors affecting the location of an industry. Climate, it has to be favorable one. Raw material, especially industries using raw material which are heavy, bulky, or fragile, has to make sure that they are located close to the source of raw material. And then electricity, how electricity is very much important to utilize the technology. That is why industries tend to set up in an area which is close to reliable source of power. And then we learned about the non-geographical factors as well. So non-geographical factors affecting the location of industry, we started by learning with capital. Capital here basically means financial assets or something to do with money. So money plays a very important role. As we all know, banks and other financial institutions are usually available, mostly and widely available in large cities. That's why we notice that most of the large cities has large number of industries developing, isn't it? So capital is one of the most important factor necessary to set up an industry. is large amount of money or investment, which is most common in cities because cities have banks and other financial institutions, even financiers who are ready, usually available in large cities. That's why cities have better opportunities for the growth of industries. Second, government policy. Now, government plays a very important role in locating an industry because government helps to solve problems of a balanced development. It is because of the rules and set up by the government that is why we don't have industries locating everywhere and anywhere. There is a zone which is marked for residential. Now, outside the residential, mostly at the periphery, you would notice industries set up because industries emit pollution, so government takes care of all of pollution and where does industry set up. At the same time, government decides about giving tax incentives to the industries. If the policy of the government is very unfavorable, charging industrialists to pay huge amount of tax, definitely that will not encourage people to set up industries. So but if the government's policies are favorable, then it can attract industries to grow in that region. The third non-geographical factor, labor. Now, labor is very important, whether it's unskilled labor or a skilled labor. Both are equally important. Unskilled basically means people are employed in work which does not require any specific skills. Skilled manpower basically means labor who are employed to run skilled jobs such as running and machinery. So both are important for the location of industry because you need labor. That is why you will notice that most of the industries are located in a densely populated region which has large number of population and where laborers are readily available. So that's the third non-geographical factor, how important labor is. You cannot set up an industry far or in a very sparsely populated region where you don't have access to labor. So labor has to be readily available for your industries to grow. Now, fourth, after labor comes your market. If you have money, you have raw material, your government policy is also good. But if you don't have a market, then your industry cannot sustain or grow. So it is very important that high demand and satisfactory purchasing power gives growth to industrial development. So when you are setting up an industry, you have to make sure that you study the market. You know what kind of products your consumers want. For example, there is a larger demand for woolen in North India because of the cold climate. In winter it becomes extremely cold, so Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, these are areas will become very cold. So that is why woolen industries will find a market in North India because the demand will be higher because of the climate being cold. So market plays a very important role in locating an industry. You have to first study a market and then produce the product that will be in demand in the market. And the last non-geographical factor is the transport. Transport plays a very important role. Why do we need transport? Transport could be any forms of transport. It could be roadways, it could be railways, it could be waterways, airways. Transport are very important, and a quick and efficient transport is important for raw materials to take the factory. So in order to take your raw material to factory, you need transport. Again, from factory you want to take your finished product to the market, also you need transport. So you cannot set up an industry in an area which is very remote and it has inaccessible area where the transport network is not developed, but rather industries will grow in areas where transport network are readily available or transport network is favorable. Okay, so these are the geographical and non-geographical factors affecting the location of an industry. You must know which are the geographical and which are the non-geographical factors. And then we learned about the industrial region. We learned that industrial regions are regions of large areas with high concentration of industries are called industrial region. And we've learned about this is the industrial region. I've taken this picture from your textbook. So all these places which are marked with this color are your industrial regions, which means these are areas with large number of industries. Similarly, here are your industrial regions. Even in Africa, even in Europe, you see pockets of industrial regions. So basically industrial regions in India, industrial regions are basically areas with high number or high concentration of industries are called your industrial regions. Okay, and then we've learned we did a quick exercise in identifying the geographical factor. If you look into the three pictures, you will see money, that's your capital, you see transport, and that's a picture of a sugar cane. So we had to identify the geographical factor, and we all know geographical factors are factors like your climate are factors like your raw material and factors like your power or electricity. Now if you look into the three picture, this is a capital, so definitely this is not a geographical factor, rather this is your non-geographical factor. This is a transport, which is also a non-geographical factor. And the last picture here is a picture of sugar cane. Sugar cane is your raw material, isn't it? We learned in order to produce sugar you need sugar cane, so sugar cane is a raw material. So out of these three, raw material, that's the third picture, is a geographical factor. And then we've learned did another activity where you had to find the odd one out. If you look into the three here, one is agro-based, mineral and private. Now out of these three, the odd one out is the private sector. Why is the private sector odd one out? Because agro and mineral based industry are industries based on the raw material, whereas private industry is the industry based on the ownership. So that is why private sector industry is the odd one out. So that is what we've covered in today's lesson. Please feel free to rewatch the video. If you have any questions, concerns, you may get